Good morning, Midland Online Academy students or anybody else who is absent. It is Friday, January 22nd, and these are your instructions. So, our objective for today is I can analyze the issues surrounding the acquisitions of the Mexican Cession and the Gadsden Purchase by annotating a map and completing a Google form over secondary source reading. And remember that your Achieve 3000 article on local government is also due today by midnight. So coming over to our classwork tab, we're going to get out our digital interactive notebook and our notes. So I'm going to open up both of these. So here's our interactive notebook. And I'm going to open up to this last slide, slide number 4. And then I'm going to go down here to my notes and bring these up. And we are going to talk about how we acquired Texas. We already talked about Texas yesterday. We're going to talk about the Mexican Cession and the Gadsden Purchase. So, on the Mexican Cession, we're going to go through, and this is a result of the war between the United States and Mexico, which you learned about last year in Texas history. So, here's our notes that we purchased the Mexican Cession from Mexico. The year's not, oh yeah, here it is. 1848 is the year, which isn't clear on this slide. The year is 1848. And this is going to lead to a mass immigration into California to look for gold. And then here's our states. We're going to get California, Utah, Nevada, Arizona, and New Mexico. So pause the video and get these notes. Okay, so now that you've got those, let's talk about this other little bitty chunk of land down here that goes through the desert. It's not very good land, okay? But if you're building a transcontinental railroad, it's valuable. This is the land that will connect El Paso, Texas to San Diego, California. There's a pass through the mountains that makes it easy to build roads or railroads through here. That's why the city of El Paso is called El Paso. It's Spanish for the pass. So the United States wanted this little chunk of desert land in order to build the railroad. Mexico was happy to sell it after they lost all this anyway because it wasn't worth much, because its main value is to get from El Paso to San Diego. And since Mexico no longer owned El Paso or San Diego, they were willing to sell it. So here's the notes on that. 1853 gives chunks of Arizona and New Mexico. So, get that as well. Pause the video, type that in the Gadsden Purchase box. Okay, so by now you should have this entire page done. We did page 2 together a couple days ago. All you have left is page 3, the vocabulary. You have a whole week to do this page. I will reference it next week. We've already talked about all of these vocabulary terms. You should be able to pull definitions for these out of your notes on page 4. Right, so type in definitions here, find images here. This is the only page left in the interactive notebook. You have 1 week to do this, okay? So assignment number 2 for today is going to be our Google form on the war between the United States and Mexico, because your notes don't tell you very much. And so you have some questions here over this reading. It's going to guide you through it, and you're going to understand this war a little bit better. The biggest thing you need to know is about the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo of 1848, by which the United States buys land from Mexico, most importantly California. Now, to be clear, Mexico didn't really want to sell this land, but when you lose a war, sometimes you got to do things you don't want to do. Unfortunately for Mexico, that's how it works. Okay, so that is your day today. Again, don't forget your Achieve 3000. Have an awesome weekend, and I will pop a fresh video Monday. See y'all.